everyone, welcome to another Time for Tea live. I am just doing our usual checks, but I didn't want to give you just a blank screen with no noise. So you have got me and a bit of noise, but we're just going to make sure that we are visible on all platforms and make sure that you can hear me okay. If you are watching, then I would love it if you could just say hello and let me know that you are with us today. It looks like that we are live on the lovely Facebook, which is awesome. Let me just see if, yeah, I can hear myself, so that's awesome. And we will check our Instagram followers can see us, because this is something that we are now able to do, so you're able to watch us live on Instagram as well, which is awesome, providing it is actually working. So let's have a look, see if we can find us on Instagram. Time for Tea is live. Hello there. Great. So we are fully live now, and wherever you're watching, welcome. I am going to be doing a bit of crafting today with you all. I can see pretty much all of the comments, and I will try and keep up with them as we go along and as people join. But today's show, I think, is going to be a really fun one, because I'm going to be looking at some new products for Time for Tea. Now, I did show you these, I believe, last week, and you helped me prep for the Hobby Maker show that we did at the weekend. Now, it was a super successful show. We had a really fabulous time. I loved working with the sets, and I know you guys are going to love them as well, which is why I want to play with them again today, because I've been able to now load these onto the website. So these should have just about gone live. And I am just going to make a little tweak to this for you guys while you're watching. So this is a live decision that I've made. So let me just head to the website, and let's do a little bit of a bit of change here for you. Let's do a little bit of a change in price in there. So for this won't really make any sense to you guys until I explain what has just gone live on the website. So on the website, you will find now that we have available the cardstock product of our gingerbread family and the book buddies. So these are two amazing sheets. I've cut mine down, so the ones that you're seeing in front of you now are the A6 size, but you will actually get two A4 sheets. So on each A4 sheet you will have 4 of these sets already pre-coloured and ready to die cut. You will also get, as part of that purchase, for £2.95 you get 2 of the A4 sets already coloured, and you will get a digistamp that you can print over and over again. And the digistamp is just the line art, so it's not coloured in, it's just the line art for you to then be able to print and colour as many times as you like, and as how often as you want to, and with whatever medium you prefer. So we've got the Book Buddies A4 cardstock set, 2 prints with your free digistamps, and then we've got the gingerbread family. Now, when we were on Hobby Maker, we did do a special offer with the coordinating dies. Now we are down to almost single figures on some of these now. So what I've done and what I've just done for you guys watching is I've reduced the price of our coordinating dies on the website. So you can get the coordinating dies now for under £10. You can get your coloured cardstock sheets for £2.95, including your free digistamps. So you've got a whole host of crafting options there for under £13, which is awesome. So, and they're both available now on the website. Very small numbers, so do look out for those. If you've been wanting them, grab them while you can. And I'm going to make a little card. I think might even make a bookmark as well, because we showed the bookmarks, and I wanted to show you how you can make some really quick, fun and easy gifts for Christmas with these cardstock sets. Because the cardstock sets, the reason that I absolutely love them and I've so enjoyed playing with them is that it saves me so much time, because all I need to do is die cut them and stick them onto my card and onto my project. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I've got some cardstock here, and one of the advantages of this is, if I can just grab, I do have some A6 card bases here in this gorgeous red. And one of the things that I did for the show is I prepped a gorgeous little card using the geometric snowflakes. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous die. You'll find this again on the website. If you've seen our the newsletter that I sent out about today's show, you will see this was linked on there, because this is a beautiful die. It creates a gorgeous background, but it also can be anything that you want it to be. It can be flowers, it can be cubes, depending on how you look at it. It's so different, and it just makes for a gorgeous backdrop. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to find in my stash here, hopefully, I've already die cut a little snowy hillside, which I think is really, really lovely to just pop behind. So it creates a little bit of interest and builds our scene. So we're making a really quick and simple scene. Hello Claire, I'm so glad you've caught us live as well. It's lovely to see you. Like I say, if anybody is watching, please do say hello, because then I know I'm not talking to myself, and I know we've got a few people watching on Instagram, we've got people watching on YouTube and Facebook. If you are watching on the replay, obviously I'm not going to see your comments, but it is so good to have you here and crafting along. So I love that. So hello to all of you as well. So I've got my bases in my background. Now there's a couple of things that I could do here. I could stamp something in the background, I could do some ink splattering in the background, but one of the things that I like to do, and I did with a previous sample, was to use one of my Jelly Roll pens. You could also use your Uniball pens as well, because they work really well for this. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to burnish that crease a little bit, because then it won't flap up quite so much. So I'm using the Jelly Roll pen number 10. This is a little bit of a thicker nib to it, and I'm going to just take off the dried bit of ink that sometimes forms over these, and I'm going to just create some dots, and some small dots, some larger dots, just a variety in the background, just to create the effect of some snow. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's going to sit behind our geometric die set, but and cover piece, but it's going to look really sweet in the bits that poke through. So we'll just add a few more dots just randomly sometimes it's really hard to be random. Have you realised that? Sometimes it's so hard just to do things randomly. I think maybe I'm wired up to just do things very symmetrical, but actually doing things in a bit of a random fashion can sometimes look a little bit better and more organic than if you do it all symmetrical. It just looks a little bit forced, doesn't it? But it's really hard not to. Your eye's kind of drawn to doing it in a very symmetrical way. So I think that might be enough. So you can see we've created just some few little dots on the back there. A really easy way to do a little bit of snow, and you can always add more bits to it as you want to, because when we pop this over the top, if actually a lot of your dots end up in such a random fashion that you can't see them, then you can add a few more in place. But first up, I'm going to add my little snowy background. Now, you could use, if you wanted to, you could use some glitter cardstock for this, because that works really, really well as well. It looks lovely to add a little bit of shimmer in the background. And I don't think I have any to hand, so we'll not do that just this time, but I am going to do that for some future projects for definite. So I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer Glue to add my my little snowy piece on the bottom. And what I like to do with these is wherever there is a centre of kind of our little snowflake, that's a really good place to position your glue, because it's something a little bit more for it to grab hold of, rather than trying to do it on all of the intricate little lines, which can be quite tough. And then I'm just going to pop that over the top and stick that in place. So we've now got that little bit of a background there. Now, the other thing that you could do here, which would be really, really very cute to do, would be to make this into a shaker card, wouldn't it? I mean, shaker cards are lovely. You could also add a little bit of dimension to this bottom bit, and some dimension, some small bits of dimension around the edges, so that it popped up a little bit instead of it laying flat. So that could be quite a fun thing to do. Shall we have a look at doing that? Because I don't think I've got any acetate to hand to be able to make a shaker card. In fact, I don't think I've got really any shaker bits that I could pop in here. We do have on the website, and I'm going to show them you. I don't know where, perhaps where I've put them actually. Have I popped them back? Yes, I have. So this is my little stash of them, but on the website we do have these little gingerbread. It's a gingerbread party shaker mix. They are adorable. And you know what? Now I've got them out, I really want to use I really want to use them. So let's do it. Let's find some acetate. There must be some acetate somewhere, mustn't there? Let's have a little look. I've definitely got some acetate. I know this. It's just a matter of remembering where I stored it. And I can't resist a shaker card. I don't know about you guys, but shaker cards are just, they're just it at Christmas. Okay, so we must have some somewhere. Come on, I'm sure I had some. Let's have a look here. I found my lovely glittery card. That's pretty. We love that. But what have we done with all of my lovely acetate? So this is my little scrap box of acetate, but that's got a little bit of a what's the word? Bit of a oh, that's quite thick acetate as well. So bear with me, everyone, because I do know that I have got some somewhere abouts. Let's have a look. It might well be in here. Now we're on a mission, I've decided that we're doing it. So this is not very interesting for you to watch, I appreciate, but we have found some of the acetate, so we're all good. There we go. Right, so, and I've got some lovely white glitter cardstock there that we could have used, but we're not going to use that right now because we've now decided we're doing a lovely shaker card. So the way I like to do a shaker card, and the best thing for this is actually to use my Crafter's Companion tape runner, because this will adhere to our acetate much better than if I was to use a liquid glue. So I'm going to line this up as best I can, but it doesn't matter if it's not properly lined up, because I can trim it down, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to trim this piece off here, all the way around the edge. Now we're going to create our little shaker well. Oh, this is going to be so cute. This is going to look really, this is really elevating this to the next level, which is what I love to do. So we've now got our little clear background, and we need to add some shaker tape to the back of this so that we can then add our shaker bits. So I've got my really thin shaker tape here, which is awesome, and we do have a thicker size as well. So I'm going to add the thicker size to the bottom here, because that's going to save me adding loads and loads of tape. And I only want my shaker bits to be in this part, so I don't want to fill this full of shaker bits because that would just be pointless. You won't see them. So the best thing to do is to add your shaker bits above this line. So I'm going to use the smaller shaker tape to just create a curve around the edge there, and I'm going to double that up because these are quite chunky shaker bits. I think I'm going to create twice the space, if that makes sense. So we're going to add another bit of tape right over the top, which means I'm going to have to do the same with this one here as well, because we've now got double the thickness. But that will mean that our shaker bits have got loads of room to move. So here, I have a feeling that my shaker tape might be a little bit wide for the edges here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to make sure that I can't see it on my design, and then anything that's over the edge I can trim down later. So we'll do the same at this side. And the great thing about this tape, a number of you have said this to me, that it doesn't clog up your scissors like a lot of tape does, because it can be quite gooey, the glue on a lot of tape, whereas on this it is very it's just really good. It doesn't gunk up your scissors. So I'm going to cut one layer off first. The scissors that I've got as well are Arteza ones, and you can see, look, that's just not gunked up those scissors at all. It's trimmed it off beautifully, and that is a tiny little bit of tape, but you know, waste not, want not. So it is, these are a really good pair of scissors. Now I can just see that little bit of tape there, so I'm just going to move that along. And again, we're just going to trim off the edge. So these scissors are meant to be plated so that they don't stick. So they're a bit like your anti-stick pans. They're very similar to that. So we'll pop that on there. And just trim that down. And then I'm going to remove the tape off here, and we'll build that up again a second time. So we'll cover each piece up in the same way that we did before, and what we're doing is we're making sure that there aren't any gaps. We don't want any gaps to be available, because those gaps will allow your shaker bits to escape. So when somebody shakes their lovely card, you don't want all of those little bits flying out. So that would be terrible. They'd lose all of the little gingerbread men. So we'll just pop that on there, trim that, and then the final edge, pop that on there. So Claire, what are you up to today? Is Jess working today? I'm presuming. She may not be able to watch, or if she's watching, she might be watching sneakily while she's at work and is not able to comment. I know that can happen sometimes. Pop that to one side. I'm going to just double this one up as well before I forget, because one of the things you've got to be a little bit mindful of when you're doing your shaker cards is any sudden movements. In fact, I might just cut that down ahead of placing it down. Any sudden movements, and all of your shaker bits may pop out of the little well that you've created before you've had chance to finish things off. So this is where we sometimes say you might be better off removing your tape before you add your shaker bits, because if you pull on the tape and disturb it, then all of your shaker bits are going to go flying. And not so much them going flying, although that is very annoying, when they stick to your tape. Oh, that is even more annoying. So I'm keeping all of my little excess bits of tape here. And the reason that I've done it a layer at a time is because it is easier to cut through one layer at a time. If you're trying to cut through two, it is going to be a bit more of a struggle. So it is much easier to do it this way. And I just want to clean up this edge a little bit. Make sure that there's nothing poking over the edge and making it look untidy and not professional. So we've now got our backdrop, and you can see now that's going to sit really nicely and create a nice little pocket there for our shaker bits to sit in. One thing that is a really nice idea to do as well is to add a little bit of anti-static to the inside of your tape, just so that it's going to prevent any of that those shaker bits sticking to the inside of your shaker. So I'm going to remove the tape now, and let's hope that this doesn't create all kinds of pain for us. I've got a cute little cloud shaker dispenser that I'm going to use. This was from Twiddler's Nook. I don't know if they're still available. They are overseas. I think she's based in America, could be Canada. So that obviously makes it a little bit more difficult in terms of shipping and so on. So I don't know if they are still available, but if they are adorable. So I would highly recommend them because they're great for this, because now I can position all of my shaker bits in the middle, and we can see I've put lots of shaker bits in there. I might take a few out just because I want it to be able to shake. But I have this thing where I sometimes just don't put enough in, and then you can't see them, and that's frustrating. So typically what you might have tried to do, hello Emma, is pop your card straight on top. That is something that you can do if you want to. It is really hard to line it up exactly where you want it by doing it that way. So my top tip is to lay another piece of acetate over the top. You can lay your acetate straight down, and you don't have to worry that you've not lined it up absolutely exactly, because again you're going to be able to trim that down. So we've laid that piece of acetate over our shaker tape, and now we can lift this up. We can lift this up, we can trim this down, and I am just going to make it a little bit smaller and trim it from the other side because that's easier for me to see. So when I trim it this way, I can see and use the edge of my card as my guide and trim all of the excess off so that you can't see any of that. I don't think we've got any excess down that side, and then there's just a little bit on this side. So we trim that off there. Oh, I thought I'd lost a shaker then, but I haven't. So you can see now that we've created the shaker. Our shaker is there, and all of those bits are moving around beautifully, and we have got plenty of them in there. And now it's see-through, so we can see straight through to where we're going to be popping our positioning the shaker. And again, I would do this the same way that we did it before. I've added that very tightly, so there's a little bit of a curve to it, so I'll just straighten that out. But we're just going to add the tape to the corners all around. Again, this adheres to your acetate really well. Oh, I feel like I've got a little bit of an overhang there. Let me just trim that. There we go. And then line that up. We can see now exactly where we're positioning it because we're not blinded by the card. And we've now got our shaker. Claire says, Jess and her fiance are having a long weekend in Germany and I'm trying to sort paperwork while watching you. Oh, well, it sounds like this, if anything can make paperwork a little bit easier, hopefully watching this can, Claire. And I hope Jess and her fiance are having a lovely weekend in Germany. That sounds delightful. Never been to Germany. No, never been. So yeah, I couldn't comment on any of the sites to see, but I hope they have a lovely time. So now we've got our lovely shaker card, and you can see it's very robust, stands up really nice. But let's move on to the decorating of it, because hello Zamara, lovely to see you, it's been a while. And Zamara says she loves a shaker card. We all love a shaker card, don't we? Shaker cards are awesome. So this is the Gingerbread Family cardstock set. Now, like I said, on the website you will see that you get an A4 sheet with 4 of these on one sheet. In each pack you get 2 A4 sheets. So the 2 A4 sheets have essentially 8 of the A6 size sets on them. They work with our coordinating dies. So the Gingerbread Family coordinating dies, this is my set. They don't come looking like that. Yours will come on a nice branded, in a branded pocket. But they work with the coordinating dies that you already see on the website. I've reduced the price of those today, so you can now get them at reduced price. And then if you've already got the coordinating dies, because you may already have bought the stamps and the dies, this is a great one to add to that collection, because then if you haven't got time to do all of the colouring, you can use the coordinating dies that you've already got and grab this set alongside it, which is why I've not done the bundles on our website, because I know a lot of you already have our gingerbread stamps and you probably already have the coordinating dies. So you're going to take the coordinating dies and you're going to cut out your images, and you're going to get these pre-coloured gorgeous little images of all of these gorgeous little characters. We've got the little tree, we've got the little gingerbread men, we've got the little gingerbread girls, we've even got the little gingerbread cat, who is adorable. We've got the carton of milk, we've got a top hat, so we're going to give one of these guys a little top hat. We've also got, let me empty some of these bits out so that I can choose from them. We've got candy canes, we've got gumdrops, we've got holly, we've got bows, we've got sweets. So we've got all of the things that you could ever really want to build a scene, but so easily come together. So you've got them coloured in different ways. Like I say, we've got the little girl as well with a little dress. We've got all of the sentiments, and there are only 2 sentiments actually in this set. So you've got from our home to yours, and have a sweet Christmas. I think I'm going to use the from our home to yours, because it does seem to really fit with this, and we can have all of the little characters here. So this guy can wear a bow tie. I'm going to have him with a bow tie, I think. And then you could have the holly. I think put the holly in the lady's hair. We've got the top hat on the chap here. And then for the little cat, this guy can be holding the candy cane. And then, or could it maybe the sweet? And the sweetie there. So you can really go to town with your arrangement and use them all, because you've saved so much time by them already having them coloured in. So you can really play with your scene and make something special from it. So I think I'm going to pop the little bit of holly in her hair. So let me just move some of these out of the way, and let's create our lovely scene here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to line up, in fact, I'm going to line up our little characters that we've got here and their accessories, and let's get these guys dressed for the occasion. So a little blob of glue, I think a little blob of glue on her head there, a little blob of glue just there. This guy's going to wear a top hat, and then this chap's got the little candy cane. So the candy cane I'm going to pop just like so. We've got the little holly on her little head there. We've got the top hat, and then we've got the bow tie. How adorable is that? So cute. So to finish these guys off, and actually we've got the little cat here, haven't we? The little cat can be sat next to this little sweet. So she's just looking after the sweets there. So we've got our little family. And to finish these guys off, I do like to add a little bit of glaze to their eyes. So we will do that. Let's do that now. So I've got my black glaze pen. And again, I'm just going to wipe off any kind of dried ink that's developed over the top. And then I'm going to add some glaze to each of those eyes, and that just makes them shine and pop a little bit. Love that. Oh, and to the little cat, don't forget the cat's eyes, and also that little button nose, very cute. And then for just a little bit of accent, I am going to let me just move these little chaps across a little bit so that you can see them there on Instagram as well. So we've got our little chaps here that have already got, let's move the little cat out of the way so I don't put my fingers in him. They've already got little highlights of white. Oh, I just need to wipe the ink off that one as well. Oh, that's the 5 actually. I don't want that one. I want the 8 because that's going to give me a bit more of a thicker line. So, but I like to go over those white dots, just thicken them up a little bit, because I do like a few extra highlights on my characters. So we will just add some more freckles, a few more dashes, just makes it all come to life a little bit more. So just thicken that up, a few little freckles. I do love to do freckles as well. It's one of my little things. You don't have to do this bit. This is just something that I personally enjoy doing. So again, it's up to you how much you add to this, because the whole point of it is that it is very fast, quick bit of crafting. So anything extra that you add to it is just down to your personal preference. So I'm going to stick these elements, the little house here at the back, I'm going to stick this on so that it is flat, because I'm going to add more dimension. And yes, we have got, this is going to be a very dimensional card we've got here, but I think we can't ever have too much dimension, I don't think. So we'll just add that little tree onto there, and then I might add this little guy here. I'm going to be really careful because I've just added some colour and I don't want to smudge it, but this little chap is going to sit in the background. That's there. So I'm just being very careful at how I add any pressure, and I'm going to grab my my shaker tape here to help me stick the other guys on, because I do, like I say, I want a little bit of dimension. So for my little cat, again, I'm going to be careful not to smudge his eyes. Now that we've just done that, normally I would do that last, but I wanted to show you that element while we were close up on those images, and then pop him in front of the door, just waiting to go in. And then a little bit of tape for, I think we'll do the little gingerbread girl first, and we'll pop her just there. Aren't they so sweet? They're so sweet. So, and then the little guy with the bow tie, I think I'm going to pop him here, and I'm doing them on a little jaunty angle here and there because I want them to appear. Oh, that's cute. He can sit just behind him there, like they are moving around, you know, they're not static static images, they're moving about. And I think I mentioned previously how cute it would be if you could get one of these on a little action wobbler. And I know I've got some somewhere, but I really don't know where I've put them. So I do need to seek those out. So like I say, you could go mad. We've got the little bit of the milk carton there. We could add that to the scene. I might add that next to our little girl here. Just, you could go absolutely crazy because you've got the benefit of having already coloured, everything's coloured in for you, so you're not having to spend hours colouring all of these in, especially if you're doing lots of them. Hello Annalisa. Claire says that they lived in Germany for 14 years. Well, wow, I didn't know that. And what brings you back here? Annalisa says, what's a pretty card? Looks like a shaker. I just made one of those. It's been a while. I know. The thing is that I don't know why I don't do them more often, because they are such a joy to make. They're really not difficult. If you use the technique that we've just shown you, that takes all of the effort out of it. It really does. And the mistakes and so on, and they're just so much fun to do. So and they look amazing. They look like you've put so much effort in, and this card is going to be a real crowd pleaser. I mean, look at all of that shaking around. So, and you can still see it in the background, which is what I wanted, was that you could still see some of it in the background there, so you can tell that this is a card that's got something going on. So the final stage for me for this, I think, is going to be adding some stickles. So I've got some Stardust stickles here, which are a really nice combination of glitter. And then I'm going to pop some of this all along my snowy top to my house on that lovely little sweetie there. For the sweet, I'll just do some in the middle of that sweet as well. And then for all of the gumdrops that are on the front of their little bodies, I think it's just really nice to add some more of those stickles, to add a little bit of something to that tree. It's really cute. I mean, you could go mad with all of the glitter, couldn't you, because of the season, but I just think that looks so lovely. It looks like that should have taken us far longer than it actually did, because it's amazing. Claire says this is stunning and might need to copy. Oh, absolutely, copy away. And she says husband's job brought us back and further education for the girls. Well, that's understandable. I mean, it's so interesting to find out what people have done in previous lives. So, and I guess it'll be really nice for her to go back to where she was. I presume she was born there then. Or maybe not. I don't know how long you've been home. So, that is our card. Isn't it cute? And it sends your eyes a bit funny on screen, I'm not going to lie. So I find it really difficult to show shaker cards on screen, because I think they don't look as good as they do in real life, but the sound of a shaker card, how satisfying is that? For anybody who likes, is it that ASMR or is something where it's just the soundtrack of things happening? That would appeal to you guys. Zoe says, I was going to say, Claire, can we make this next time I'm round? It's lovely. Oh, hello, Zoe. And Jess was 2 when we went to Germany, and Hannah was 6. Ah, right. So they will remember a lot of it then, won't they? So that's cool. Oh, very jealous at anybody having a little break away from just home life and work and stress. So yeah, I bet they're having a great time. So that's our card for today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I can see a few people are wanting to try this themselves. So please, if you have tried it, and you do try it, then post them in the friends page. So if you've not already signed up to be on our Facebook friends page, if you head to Time for Tea Designs main page on Facebook, should find a link on there that'll take you to the friends page. The friends group is a really lovely group where members can share their pictures and comment on each other's posts, and everybody's really, really lovely and supportive on there. So if you haven't already, do head to the friends group. I'm hoping to spend a bit more time myself in the friends group over the next 12 months, and maybe do some special offers for you guys over there. But for the moment, if you are part of the group, you will get to see everything first, because you're guaranteed to see those posts. So yeah, and obviously if you sign up to our newsletter. But I want to see all of your creations uploaded in that friends page, because I really love to see what you guys have made, and if you try this yourself. So that's us done for today, I think, guys. I'm so pleased to have spent some time with you. Thank you ever so much for watching, whether you've been watching on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whichever way you chose to follow us. It was lovely to spend some time with you. Please stay tuned in terms of watching our social media and our newsletter, because there will be news coming of a brand new stamp release. It's a mini release ready for Christmas, so please keep your eyes peeled for that, because news of that will be coming really, really soon. Exciting. So I shall see you all soon, guys, and have a lovely weekend. Bye.